Welcome, everybody. Thank y'all for stopping by the club. If you're not subscribing, hit that sub, hit that like for the algorithm. If you don't have notifications on, make sure to turn those on so you don't miss an episode. Now, let's jump into our first segment, some news you can use. I'm sure by now all of you know the situation going on with Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Basically, he giving Elon access to audit the government spending. Now, this decision has been met with a lot of mixed reactions, and which is understandable. I get that. On one side, you have people worried about the threat to our finances. Elon stealing money, having all of our information. I get that. That thought is scary, especially with the way all of these companies get easily hacked, and there's also so many data breaches. Trust me, I get it. And the thing is, I followed Elon, studied him a little bit. The crazy thing about him is you really can't get a read on what side he truly stand on. Elon say for the people, but is he really though? Because the way he be moving on X, it ain't looking like it's us. You know what I mean? And then he follows and reposts people that are racist as hell on that app, so it make you think, what people is he really for? It don't seem like it's black people. Just saying. You say anything you want about black people on that app, but try to say something about anybody else and you'll get your visibility limited. Now, I could be wrong about him. That's just from my own perspective. And then you got Trump. Now, me personally, when it comes to Democrats and Republicans, I don't choose either side. I don't claim either side. Both sides have values that I can agree with. And I know this ain't going to be the favorable thing to say, but black people hear me out. I've done my research on the Democrats. And their history within the black community ain't that good. I have to do another segment on that in another episode. But I will say this, black people. It's time we start really taking a step back and look at who's really for us and who really ain't. I don't mean they have to just do something for black people specifically, but at least do something that's going to benefit us too. So do I trust them? Hell no. I don't trust any of the politicians or the billionaires, which is why I try to keep a close eye on everything Trump and Elon doing. Because I'm trying to figure out if there's anything that seems out, especially when it comes to the black community. We the ones that's going to suffer more than anybody. Now, when it comes to government spending, when it comes to my tax dollars that I'm paying out of my damn check every week, hell yeah, I want to know what's going on. Hell yeah, I want to know what's being spent and what is being spent on. Because this damn inflation done got outrageous. A damn dozen of eggs costs more than a gallon of gas now. People don't know what to choose. Eat or go to work. So, yeah, I want to know how the hell a politician making $200,000 a year end up being worth $230 million. Something ain't adding up. Some of these politicians out here stacking money like a damn kingpin on a government salary. Shit, teach me the game. And it's a lot of them on both sides, benefiting off the people's tax dollars. So, yeah, I want to know. Maybe I'm just nosy as hell and be wanting to know what this government up to. From the looks of things, we've been getting robbed for years. Nothing has benefited us as a people when you really think about it. As a country, we rank damn near dead last in everything but sports and war crimes. The Department of Education was created in what, 1979, I believe? I might have the exact year wrong. But ever since then, our numbers have drastically declined, especially in the black community. Society has become less about education and more about entertainment. Our government has made us more of a dependent society than a self-sufficient one. We rely more on our government for damn near everything now. And y'all don't think that was done by design? In my opinion, I believe it's time for a change. It's time for us as a people to take our power back as the people. I'm going to say that again. It's time for us as a people to take our power back as the people. And if it takes Trump and Elon to get something done about it, I'm all for it. I'm at least willing to see where it goes. But you can believe I'm going to be right back here talking my shit if they don't. Because I look at it like this. The more money they save the country as a whole and are able to invest that back into the American economy, the better it'll be for us, especially the black community. More jobs, more small businesses opening up, more investment opportunities. I believe it's going to benefit all of us in the long run. Now, I could be wrong. I might have to come back and eat these words. But that's just my opinion based on what I'm reading and researching about it. Just going to have to give it some time to start taking effect. But I do think that it will be a benefit for us in the long run. With more money flowing, more opportunities coming. Just got to, wait it out a little bit. It's going to be rough here in the beginning. Price is still going to be high. And you got a lot of people steady talking about, oh, my God, eggs ain't went down yet. It's only been like a month. Get its time. Yo, check out my new store, the Black Club Store. We've got men's clothes, women's clothes, kids' clothes, even got playing cards for you spades players out there. You can even get a Black Club pet bowl for you pet owners. We love the pets too. And we're still growing. So there'll be more to come. You can go to the Black Club website at theblackclubpodcast.com and click on the Black Club Store. The link is also in the description. So head on over to the Black Club Store and get your Black Club gear today. And now for our next segment, what I'll be doing, like I said, as I'm introducing each segment, I'll also give a description of what it's about. And we'll see if y'all like it. Right now, I'm just trying to get a feel of what y'all like and don't like. So this segment is called Pass the Aux. This is where we dive into some history behind some of the most iconic songs and albums. Old school, new school, rap, R&B, we're going to get into it all. We as fans and listeners get the finished product, but what was the inspiration behind it? What was the creative process? What was the artist going through at the time that they made that song? This is where we dive into it all. And when I read these stories out, I'm going to do it in a way, add a little twist to them. So we're going to jump this off with a banger. Let's dive into Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. Released January 2nd, 1983 as part of Michael's sixth studio album, Thriller, Billie Jean was written and composed by Michael Jackson himself. The song was said to actually have been co-produced by both Michael and Quincy Jones. It was mixed 91 times by Bruce Sweeten with Louis Johnson of the Brothers Johnson playing the iconic bass line. Michael recorded his vocals through a 6-foot-long tube and only did one take. The odd twist about this whole situation is Michael never got credit for co-producing the track. And here's why. It's reported that the inspiration for the song came from an alleged experience that Michael had when he received letters from a woman claiming he was her baby daddy. They say the woman wrote Michael so many letters she gave him nightmares. Now, allegedly, she sent him photos of a gun and a picture of a baby saying she was going to kill the baby if he didn't be with her and a bunch of other stuff. Then she was admitted to the psych ward. Now, I also read that Michael said the song was fictional and not based on one person, but many people like his brothers and friends that he saw go through similar situations. If you ask me, I think Mike had was lying because that song was just too damn specific. That's just me. Quincy Jones asked Michael to change the name of the song to Not My Lover because he felt like people might associate the song with tennis player Billie Jean King. But Mike was like, nah, the name Billie Jean stays. Then after that, Mike turned around and asked Quincy for co-producing credits for the track too. He felt like the final version of the song was too close to his original demo, and he also wanted additional royalties too. Hell, Mike was trying to get paid every way he could off this song. I don't blame him, you hear me? But Quincy was like, hell no, and denying both of Mike's requests. So then they started beefing for several days and basically fell out. But Mike never got those requests. He got credit for writing the lyrics, just not producing the song. Mike debuted Billie Jean during the TV special Motown 25, Yesterday, Tomorrow, and Forever on March 25th, 1983. This is also where he introduced the moonwalk. Mike made over $72 million from work deals related to Billie Jean, which went on to reach #1 on Billboard Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart in the United States, the UK, Canada, Australia, and 9 other countries, staying at #1 for 9 consecutive weeks, and #1 on Billboard Hot 100 for 7 consecutive weeks. Damn, people say Taylor Swift and Beyonce can... Never mind. Anyway, Billie Jean sold over 10 million copies just in the United States alone. Over 1.4 million in the UK, becoming Michael's best-selling solo single. It's certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, and it's one of the best-selling singles of all time. The song won 2 Grammys, a Juno, which is Canada's music awards, and an American Music Award, making it one of the best songs of all time. The crazy part about it all is, even with all the success that the song had, Mike and Quincy never publicly restored their friendship after their fallout. Just makes you wonder. If Mike would have changed the name, would it have been the same song? Would it have had the same impact? If Quincy would have given Mike at least one of his requests, could we have gotten more iconic music like Billie Jean, Thriller, and Off the Wall? Only thing we can do is think of what could have been. The world will never know.
Do you have a brand or a business that you would like to promote? Drop by the club. Let us share your story your way. Go to the Black Club website at theblackclubpodcast.com and click on Be a Guest. The link will also be in the description. Let us see what kind of magic we can create together.
Now for this next segment, if you checked out any of my other videos on this channel, you've seen that I cover a lot of Black history. I feel like our history is definitely American history, and the real history should be told. Not that shit they try to teach us in school. One thing about Black history, we got a lot of untold stories about a lot of our heroes and leaders that need to get told. We did a lot of shit and didn't get the proper recognition for any of it. The way history is told, they make it seem like Black people didn't really contribute to shit. And that's just not true. So on the Black Club, we gonna highlight their history the right way, you hear me? I call this next segment, Black people did what? We walk around every day with a cell phone in our hands. Hell, at this point, it's basically become an extension of ourselves, right? We use it for damn near everything. But did you know that a Black man played a key role in the invention of that cell phone? Jesse Russell, a Black inventor from Nashville, Tennessee. Jesse was the son of Charles and Mary Russell. He grew up with 8 brothers and 3 sisters. Y'all know back then, them old folks was getting it. Damn near all of them had big families. Hell, my great-grandparents had like 9 or 10. Jesse received his bachelor's in electrical engineering in 1972, and as a top honor student, became the first African-American to be hired directly from an HBCU by AT&T Bell Laboratories. He got his master's in 73, and in 1980, he became the first African-American in the United States to be selected as the Outstanding Young Electrical Engineer of the Year. Russell was a key figure at Bell Labs, pioneering the use of microprocessors in telecommunications. His work helped develop traffic data collection systems and laid the foundation for cellular radio technology. As director of the AT&T Cellular Telecommunication Lab, his team was credited with inventing cellular radio tech, earning the U.S. Medal of Technology. He held multiple leadership roles, including Vice President of Advanced Wireless Technology and Chief Wireless Architect at AT&T. He also spearheaded an innovation center focused on emerging communication networks, helping AT&T expand into broadband, satellite, and wireless access networks. His work was instrumental in shaping modern telecommunications that we enjoy today. Did y'all know Jesse's story? Or was that the first time you heard about it? Y'all want to know what I think when it comes to Black people and these inventions? I believe Black people are really the people that came up with majority of all these inventions, but because of how it was back then, white people got the patents and white people got the credit. But anytime you look behind the scenes at the history of any invention ever created, you'll find a Black person involved some kind of way. I'm just saying. Look it up for yourself. Now, as we transition into our last segment for this episode, this right here is basically unfiltered conversation. I feel like it's a lot of podcasts out there that talk about almost every problem that we have in the Black community, but 95% of them don't offer any solutions. They either degrading Black men, degrading Black women, or hell, some of them even both. Everybody talks about the problems, but none of them offer any solutions. So this is where I like to take the time to give my oh so thoughtful opinions on some of these topics. No, I'm not a psychologist or a therapist or nothing like that. Just giving my opinion. Offering my little 2 cents based on my life's experiences or experiences I've witnessed of others. Personally, I call this segment, Let's Be Real. Now, when you look at the Black community as a whole in today's society, can we still say it's a community? I mean, I know we still call ourselves the Black community, but are we really though? I mean, one of the definitions of a community is a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. That's the literal definition. Key word there is fellowship. Hell, we can't even get together at a birthday party without it being some shit. Another definition of community, a social group of any size whose members reside in a specific locality, share government, and often have a common cultural and historical heritage. That's us. That's the Black community. My opinion, the problem with the Black community is unity. You can't have a community without unity in it. We can't prosper as a community because we have no unity. That's our problem. We constantly divided over everything. The election had us turning on each other. Friends that's been friends for years fell out. Family stopped being family, all because of how you voted. Hell, even the Kendrick halftime show had us divided. Drake fans, Kendrick fans, going at it. Whole time don't none of them even know y'all. They don't even know you exist. We too easily divided as a people. And as long as it's that easy to manipulate us, we'll never be able to come together as a whole. Which brings me to this question, Black people. Do you think Black people still care about the Black community as a whole? Or does everybody only care about themselves now? Do you think Black people still care about the community as a whole, or does everybody only care about themselves now? That's what we got to answer. Does the community still matter, or has everything been individualized? Basically, do you care about all Black people or just yourself as an individual? And that can mean just your inner circle, but I think it's a valid question in today's time. Because if there's more people that only care about themselves and not the community as a whole, then the Black community will never get anywhere as a people. Look at every other community in the world. Why does it seem like they have more privileges? Why does it seem like they get more opportunities? Because they are united as a people. So when one of them make it, they open the door for another one of theirs. When one of them learns something, they pass that knowledge down to another one of theirs. And it just becomes a repeated cycle until the point that to us, Black people, it appears that they have privilege. It appears as if white people have privilege. Asians, other countries can come over here and have more privileges. You know why? Because they are united. That's why. And until we get a united front, we're going to always be on the back end. We're going to always feel like we left out. Other folks look at us and like, y'all can't even unite together. How the hell we going to do something for you? What do most Black people do when they make it? They go try to join in the other circle instead of creating your own circle. We got too infatuated with wanting to be liked by everybody else and didn't realize everybody else was copying us. Instead of building our own buildings and opening our own doors for each other, we walk right through their doors and then they just shut the door right behind us. If you control the doors, you can control who walk through them, right? I mean, if we're going to be real about it, let's be real. Ain't nobody going to save us but us. And to do that, we have to change our mindset. We got to start playing the long game, moving smart, but most importantly, moving together. Because if we don't, then we just giving the playbook away for free. But if none of that even matters to you, if you just only want to be about yourself, then there's no use of complaining about nothing. We've been marching and complaining over 60 years now, and all we've done is march backwards as a community. For those of us that want change, that want unity, that want prosperity, we're going to get it right on this show, and we're going to get it right together. That's the only way. Can't do this shit by ourselves. We're going to stay stuck in the same cycle, doing it the same way we've been doing it for these last 60 years. That's what we got to change. We have to have unity. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications because we about to get on it, y'all, and you don't want to miss it. Now, I'll leave you with this. If we don't do nothing else on this show, we're going to laugh, we're going to learn, we're going to love. I'm your host, bnote, and this is the Black Club.